Hey guys, so the Lord just dropped a word in my spirit, and this is it's about children. These kids, they're still young and they're living at home. They're old enough to work and they're living at home. And I see parents, whether it's single, two household families, but I see parents. In my mind, I can see a mother doing this. But God wants this word to go out to everyone who it applies to. But I see a mother doing this. You have a child that just start working. They working, they don't have a major job or anything yet, but they're bringing in some income, whether they're working at a movie theater, fast food restaurant, just where a 16, 17-year-old can work. And every time the child brings in any type of money, you are demanding money from this child and telling the child, making the child feel like they have to earn their keep to be in your home. You're wanting them money to pay for all types of little things, for groceries, and you're taking just about everything. And you're telling this child that you brought them into this world, and if it wasn't for you, they wouldn't be here. And you're basically just taking every little bit of money they have to do this, to do that, to do the other. And God is saying, this is ungodly. This is ungodly. God is saying your children are a gift. Your children are a gift. Do not oppress your children. Even when they get to a certain age, yes, there's certain things you need to teach them and they need to know. But as a parent, you should be established enough. And if you're not, then you teach your child how to be established for their household and for their future. They should be able to work and save their money. Even if they're going to give you something, let them give you something. But it's not like that. You're taking the $200 or less that they're bringing home, and you are just taking and using it, and you are oppressing them. It's like I see this child just getting anxiety on their payday because you're getting ready to take it and making them feel bad for wanting to have their money. This is not a matter of, listen, as a parent, you're to build your child. You don't push your kids out to work and wait for your kids to start working so you can start taking their money. That's not how it works, God is saying. That is not how it works. And this is very displeasing to the Lord because you are a Christian. God is saying when your kids start working, teach them how to save. Teach them how to save. God is saying teach them this principle. Teach them how to do that. Yes, let them put something in your hand, but let them be the ones to do this when you're teaching them and you're showing them how to save and how to build. Stop putting this threat on them that you're going to kick them out of the house and they need to do this or that. Allow your child to save. I'm not saying that they're not supposed to help out, my brothers and sisters, but there's some of you, you are taking major money from them. They're just starting out. And you're oppressing this child. You're putting all this pressure on this child. You are the adult. You are the adult. And whatever mistakes you made in your life and whatever you failed to do, it is not their fault. Do not sit there depending on your children to pay your bills, to pay a majority of the bills. They're not making that much money. Let your child should know how to assist you, but sometimes a lot of the reasons why it's hard for this child to give because they grew up in an establishment where you didn't do much for them. You didn't take care of them. So now they grow up to feel like I got to take care of myself. Oh my goodness, I'm not trying to go there. But there's this battle going on. The child don't know to give to you because you never gave to them. You were always that selfish type. You did what you want to do. You just had kids and you gave them the bare minimum. So now that they're working, they feel like they have to kind of keep and to save so they can get better. Parents, stop hustling your kids for money. You get a job. You should have a job. I'm not trying to disrespect you, but I'm saying there's some of you, you are like just like you're extortioners. As soon as they get their check, you want to know what they got, and you're going to take and you argue with them. And I see this child being so upset and frustrated. I see this child even going back to their room and just crying because they can't save no money. Oh, you need money for this and you need money for that. And you keep telling them all you did for them. Excuse me, newsflash, that was your job. That was your duty. When you have a baby, you have a child. That child don't owe you. What happens is as you take care of that child and you do right for the child and you care for them and you nurture them, they get it in them to want to help you. And you can tell them, listen, just even if you're going to ask for something, listen, when you get paid, just, donate what you can. Let them do that. Let them do that. Stop putting, I want $50 out of you. I want you to pay the cable bill. You got to help put half on the electric bill. That's not it. Listen, I understand if they're grown up and they're living and they're living at home and they're grown and they're working and they're bringing in money, then yes, they can help with a household. You understand? And a lot of times they're going to be willing to do that. They should be, grown up with a car and making money and just coming in, not giving anything, and you're living in your mom's house or staying with your dad. I'm not talking about this group of people. I'm talking about between the ages of about 16 and 21, 22. These kids they're still children. They're still growing. They're still making. A lot of you want to kick them out of the house as soon as you turn 18. Why? How are they? You can't survive being grown and all of that. You're going to put them out to pay rent and to be somewhere. Let your children. Oh my gosh. I understand in some cases, some of y'all have some out of the world kids that's just what y'all will call bad. Okay. And that's another video right there. But for this video, no. You want their money. You want them to pay you for being their mom. You want them to pay you for being their dad. You want to put them out as soon as they turn 18 to go find a job and find a place. And your kids are out there in the world trying to make it. Where you see people who are more established, making more money than them, that's struggling. And God is saying, this is wickedness. Stop doing these things, I hear God saying. But the Lord is also going to open a door, and two things is going to happen. He's going to open a door of opportunity for that child. An opportunity is going to come because what you failed to do, He's going to do for them. And also He's going to hold you accountable for when you put your child out at a young age just to get them out the house and they're struggling and they're living in places and they're going through things. God says, I'm going to hold you accountable for anything that happens to them because that is still a child. That is still a child trying to get established, and you just put them out because you don't want to deal with them anymore. And God is saying, what if I threw you out? What if I put you out? What if I treat you the way you're treating your child? God is saying you need to walk according to the Spirit and not the flesh. Make that situation right. Your child is not created for you to enslave, for you to oppress them, for you to treat them poorly. And parents that's doing this against your children, God is saying, I'm going to hold them accountable. A lot of them has become rebellious because of what you've done to them. A lot of them have turned away from me because of what you've done. You've been a brute. You've been a horror to them. So all they want to do is get away from you. God is saying, make these things right. God is saying, stop oppressing your children. Leave them alone. Your blessings is not going to come from their purse strings. It comes from me. And I will lay it on their hearts what to give to you, but let them learn how to work and set their money aside, and you continue to raise them up. There is no age end. There is no end, my brothers and sisters. These are your kids. They're forever. They're forever. Even when they get older, you can still be there for them. Understandably, there are kids that disrespect their parents. They're not there. They whatever. Yes, I understand you have to make those tough decisions when you have a rebellious child that wants to break up in the house and fight you and fight their siblings and they're a hazard. Yes, you have to make tough decisions. This video is not for those situations. These are other people that your kids are just trying to do what they can do and you just taking their money. You guilting them. You're doing these things. You're putting them out the house before they can even establish. God says, I'm holding you accountable. Let something happen to these kids. God says, I will put the blood on your hands. You will stand before me for that. God is saying to stop it. Stop it. Stop it. This is what I hear.